Let's get ready to rumble!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the boxing world has been pretty frustrated with Gervonta Davis, especially him picking his next opponent, which is Jake Paul, November 18th, Netflix, in exhibition, in which he's going to get $40 million. Now, you know, I ain't passing no damn $40 million for easy work. But anyway, we all been wanting to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with the names like Teofimo Lopez, two-time lineal champion, Shakur Stevenson, three-division world champion, a unification bout in the lightweight division. Right? At least names that has been linked to a potential fight with Gervonta Davis for him to enhance his legacy. But Teofimo Lopez, in a recent interview with Brian Custer, the Last Man Standing podcast, Teo said, I don't blame him. And guess what? I don't blame him neither. Check out what Teofimo Lopez had to say during the interview.
Tank should be fighting for legacy. Look at the Teofimo. Why isn't he?
I'm not Gervonta, but I don't blame him. He's made a name facing B-level fighters. It's worked out for him.
Well, I don't blame it either, like I said. You know why? Because it's not Gervonta Davis' fault. It's the business of boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you telling me I'm going to go to work, right? And my supervisor or my boss, my employer, going to pay me way more to do way less, I'm going to take the money. I'm not gonna go to work and be like, "Hey, yo, boss, damn, this is a little bit of work. It's too easy. How about you give me the hardest work? Give me all the damn work. Give me all the damn job and pay me a little bit less." I ain't doing that. Man, I'd rather sit on my ass and do shit. I'd rather do nothing and get paid a lot. Don't we all want to do that? So I'm not mad at Gervonta Davis. I know it's not the moral and principle of the sport, but what is? What is, ladies and gentlemen, if Gervonta Davis is getting paid way more money to fight Jake Paul in the exhibition than the likes of that, which could be a great massive fight in the sport of boxing, like a Shakur and Tank, Teo and Tank. That's not Tank's problem. That's the sports problem. That's the business problem. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that Jake Paul got a great support system, and we know that Gervonta Davis got a great support system, a good niche fan base, a lucrative fan base. See, it's just not the business of boxing, but it is the collectively that the hardcore boxing does not flip the bill in the sport of boxing. That's the issue. We also has to take accountability as a whole, as general, as boxing fans, not paying, not valuing those who actually dares to be great. That goes for legacy. Teofimo Lopez is a two-time lineal champion at the age of 25, and if it wasn't for the politics of the sport of boxing, you already know in the lightweight division when he defeated Vasily Lomachenko, that was supposed to be for lightweight undisputed, right? But the WBC decided to implement the WBC franchise, right? Then he moved up to the 140-pound division and faced Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor undefeated, right? Undisputed. But leading up to the fight, Josh Taylor vacated his belt. So right there, Teofimo Lopez would have been recognized as a two-time lineal, two-time undisputed champion, two-division undisputed champion by the age of 25 in the four-belt era. But guess what? Did you come out of pocket? Did you really support Teofimo Lopez to be that guy? I'm talking about not just the guy with the belts, but the guy with the money. What about Shakur Stevenson? Was y'all saying, "Oh, man, he's boring"? Twitter said, "Hey, yo, look at people leaving the stands, man." We didn't put value in these fights for Gervonta Davis. Because let me tell you like this. If he was getting $40 million to face Jake Paul, if it was that he was going to get $60 million to face Teofimo Lopez, then we'll be seeing Teofimo Lopez versus Gervonta Davis. But we're not. So that's not really the problem of Tank. Tank is a prize fighter. And Tank is a guy that actually been so transparent with the boxing community, saying, "I don't give a damn about belts. I don't give a damn." Recently, I don't give a damn about being the face of boxing. I don't care about pound for pound lists. I don't care about none of that. So I'm not mad at Gervonta Davis for going for the bag and also for being transparent with me as a boxer fan and saying, "Hey, yo, Punch, and the rest of you, hey, yo, I'm a prize fighter. I'm gonna get my bag and get the hell out. That's just me. I'm a 9-to-5 worker. That's how he goes by it. Gervonta Davis go by his business like most of Americans go by their business when they go to their respective jobs. They ain't not everybody trying to be a manager, not everybody trying to be a supervisor, not anybody trying to be the CEO, COO. Not everybody. They just trying to go to work, do their work, leave, by the end of the week or bi-weekly, however you get your paycheck, pay your bills and stuff like that. That's it. That's Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, to be honest, we're more related to Gervonta Davis than those that actually dare to be great. Because let me tell you like this, greatness is abnormal. Not everybody could be great. Not everybody want to risk to dare to be great. Not everybody wants to be great. There's more average Joes than greatness. Gervonta Davis goes by his business in the sport of boxing like an average Joe. He just doesn't get average money, but he goes by it like an average Joe. Why does Gervonta Davis has to risk it? And then if you listen to the whole interview, and I've been saying the same thing for years, and what Teofimo Lopez said, why risk it with Teo if they already got a money machine in Gervonta Davis? Think about not only Tang, think about his business handlers. Think about his team, his managers, his trainers that's already $40 million. Look at the percentage that his manager going to be making. His trainer going to be making. The promotional company that he has going to be making, his team are going to be making. You think I'm going to sacrifice that to prove to the world that I could fight Shakur and beat Shakur or beat Teofimo Lopez? It's too late for that. See, the thing is that in the traditional way of the sport of boxing, it was high risk and high reward. But when it comes to the Gervonta Davis, it's low risk and high reward. Ain't nobody going to take more risk if you're already getting paid all that money. Just put yourself in a position and set it and put that same example in your respective lives. Would you risk it if you're already living good? For what? Who you proving it to? A whole bunch of fan base that don't give a damn when you go and dare to be great, like a Teofimo Lopez, in which many people still want to call him out, like if you haven't done much. What about Shakur Stevenson, 3-division world champion, two division, unified the titles in the super featherweight division? You still criticize them. What about Devin Haney? You still criticize them. Ladies and gentlemen, we're living in the sport of boxing where even fighters that haven't done much gets more praise than the fighters that have done it, that have done it all. So whose fault is that? Who sets the price? Who buys the product? Who sets the momentum of what is valuable in the sport of boxing? Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis is valuable. Why? Because they got a support system. You're sometimes just as valuable of your support. I got a boxing channel right now, right? I'm just as good as the amount of subscribers, engagement, and viewership. It doesn't matter if, let's say, I have this much of respect and knowledge of the game. If I don't got the numbers, it don't mean shit. So, in respect, subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. But it only will count. And it will only send a message to those that, wow, this guy punch wrong boxing. I'm just giving you an example that this punch wrong boxing is really, really good. Look at the numbers. Look at the support. Same thing with Gervonta Davis. Look at the numbers. Look at the support compared to those that has done what we deem is great and daring to be great. Is daring to be great lucrative in the sport of boxing today? That's the question. And it seems like Gervonta Davis getting $40 million for an exhibition to face Jake Paul, daring to be great, is hustling backwards.